Hi YouTube. I just got back from a work event and this will be a really quick video. I just want your opinion on this. I work at a fairly large university, the University of Surrey in England, and the division that I work in has hundreds of people, and they were all invited to this event today, and almost 500 people attended. And I did write to the organiser. When did I write to her? I wrote to her this morning, and the event was this afternoon because I forgot last week. Anyway, I wrote to her and I said, will there be anything to eat there that doesn't have animal products in it? And she wrote back and she said she didn't know, and she'd forwarded my inquiry onto the events manager. And the events manager wrote and said she didn't know, and I would have to ask the catering staff at the event. So I had my doubts because she did say there was only cake available. So I went to the event and I asked the people at the door who were ushering people in and out whether they knew, and they called someone over and he said, oh yes, there are 2 cakes there which don't have any animal products in. So I thought, oh, that's really nice. So I went in and I had a look at the cakes. They had the list of allergies listed beside the cake stand. The cakes looked really delicious, but every single one of them had eggs and or milk in it. So I went back outside and I said to the people at the door, those cakes are not meat product free, and I was just giving them some feedback about it would be nice if they were catered for, if they were inclusive and included people who didn't eat meat products without us having to specifically state. Anyway, they called their supervisor over and she went off to find, she said, oh, just maybe you could just have a drink then. And I said, well, what is there? And she said, oh, it's tea and coffee and water. And I went, oh, I can have water at the office. So I said, is there any soy milk? So she went off to ask, and she was away for about 10 or 15 minutes and I was still standing at the door. And she came back and she said, they don't have any soy milk, but I've arranged for them to get you some fruit salad and some soy milk delivered from Starbucks. We have a couple of Starbucks on campus. Just wait here. So I waited and waited, and I was standing at the door for about another half hour, and eventually I was called inside, and they had indeed got me a bowl of fruit salad from Starbucks and a litre of soy milk, so I could have a little bit of soy milk in my coffee. So I then had something to eat and drink, which was very nice of them to organise that for me. But I got thinking, with almost 500 people at this event, I could not possibly be the only vegan there, or the only person who couldn't have eggs or milk. There must be other people there. Did they not say anything? Are they too shy? Did they just attend and not eat or drink anything? So this was an event, I didn't have to RSVP, by the way. We were all invited, the whole division was invited, and it did say on the invitation, no need to respond, just turn up. So of course they didn't ask if there were any dietary requirements. But my point why I'm making this video is, should it not be the default that there are no animal products? Because people who do eat animal products can eat food that doesn't contain animal products, but people who don't eat animal products can't eat food that does contain animal products. So surely the default should be food that doesn't contain animal products, and then they could make 1 or 2 cakes with eggs or whatever and put them aside for people who prefer to eat animal products. Or indeed just leave them out altogether. I mean, just cater the whole event with no animal products. Is that unreasonable? It just seemed really logical to me. I mean, surely you would go for the most common denominator of what people can eat and drink. I do understand that some cakes, people do react badly to gluten or nuts or whatever, and that's why they would have an allergy list. But those people are really in it. I think they're in a minority, I'm not really sure. But anyway, what are your thoughts? Do you think it should be the default? I am going to follow this up, and I'll send one of my emails. I'm always sending off emails. I'll send an email to the organisers of the event and just let them know what I think, and also just suggest to them that that catering manager who told me that there were no animal products actually does find out what an animal product is, because if he thinks milk is not an animal product or eggs are not an animal product, then he needs a bit of education. So let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think it should be the default, or is that too much to ask? I mean, I didn't think it was an unreasonable request. So let me know what you think. Thanks. I'll see you next time. Bye.